nights that lonely taught me what no one did.
Hey there, Nocturnes! Welcome back to another episode of Unplugged. I'm Jeremy, and for today, we will be talking about a particular concept which we encounter every time we go online and then suddenly offline, but probably never had a name for it. But now, I'll give you that name. So you notice, whenever you're surrounded by people, as in real people, okay, offline, you tend, let's say, to be quiet, secretive, etc. But when you're in front of your screen and you're about to make your post on your Facebook, Instagram, or whatnot accounts, you suddenly become vocal and expressive. Do you ever wonder why it's like that? Don't worry, you don't need to feel awkward about that because it's such a normal thing. It's just that people rarely talk about it. So, do you want the name for that phenomenon now? That's called, ladies and gentlemen, online disinhibition. So, online disinhibition is the phenomenon where you appear a certain way online, but you appear another way offline. There's a difference, a gap between how you carry yourself when you're using social media and how you behave when you're surrounded by people in the flesh, as in sans internet connection and screen. At least the dependence on those channels. Now, there are two types of online disinhibition. We have benign and toxic. So when we say benign disinhibition, we talk about personal growth. Let's say when you're online, you greet people, good morning, first thing when you wake up. But when you arrive in the real place of meeting, let's say in your school campus or work site, you never even smile at anyone. But when you're online, you greet good morning with even an emoji. So you see the difference? So that's benign disinhibition. It's something that doesn't harm, that is not supposed to harm anyone, at least. But when we talk about the other kind, toxic disinhibition, it's the opposite. Let's say online, you bash someone, you talk about someone's character, you call out his or her name, you cancel people online, but when you're offline, face-to-face with people, you seem to be very kind. You sound likable, you don't talk ill of anyone. Get the difference now? So toxic disinhibition, it's harmful. What is the problem with online disinhibition? Because of cultural aspects, what is benign to one may be toxic to another. Example, in your GC, when people rant about school or work life, the readers of their rants would probably feel relieved that they're not the only ones feeling that way. But to some, it may prompt them to leave the group because the rants may be toxic to them. Maybe they're having a good time with school and work, but whenever they encounter negative comments, they'd rather not read them because it ruins their mental health. Another example, you exchange stories with a person you're rarely close with. You rarely talk offline, okay? But when you're online, through your private GC, you are so revealing of yourselves. You disclose your personal stuff, your secrets, and maybe you'll develop that, sorry to burst your bubble, false mutual understanding. You think you're intimate online, but when you're offline, when you encounter each other, you feel sorry for yourselves. You like regret disclosing that part of yourself to that other person. So even if it seems benign, because it entails kindness, sharing your feelings, your thoughts, sometimes you reveal a part of yourself to that person for probably the wrong reasons. You probably did that because it was convenient, or you just did not have anyone to talk to. Why do we have to be aware, or what is the advantage of knowing online disinhibition? Online disinhibition will help us understand better why people behave this way online and then not behave this way offline. And it will help to become better aware of how we say things, how we treat other people. But let me know if you can relate to online disinhibition, if you had any experiences, any encounters with people behaving a certain way online, but they behave very differently when you're with them face to face. So continue surviving in the dark for another episode.
from me every time I looked where you wanted. I didn't know you were already sucking from me my every ounce of focus, which I could have directed to the cause I am truly fighting for. So I'm going to press the power button and push your head down. Not minding the surprise, I'm going to leave my chair behind. Together with your face, I'm not looking away from the back.